It all started during lockdown when I disappeared into my shed and I built my first whirligig. And before long, I was making 10 a week, 25 a week, 50 a week, and I was selling them on eBay and to friends all over the place. Made a fortune. Anyway, if you want to see how to make whirly gigs, just look at this series. They're in no particular order, but I cover all things: how I finished up with my final design, how I make the hubs, how I make the propellers, how I design them. It's all there. All you have to do is watch, and you too become a millionaire like me and retire to Barbados and lay on a sandy beach with all the money you earn making whirly gigs. Only joking.
Right, welcome. Mr. Whirligig is back. Right, this is a series of 3 videos that I've done. This is the third in the series. The first one was all about the propeller and how I finished up with the propeller that I make. The second one was about the armature, the thingy here that controls it, and how we made that. And the third one we're going to cover is the stand. Why did I finish up making a stand this way and a support that way? Right, so let's explain. I looked, like most of us people, looked on YouTube and saw all different ways of making stands. Originally I stuck them on big poles in the garden, and I thought, well, no, because everybody's got their own pole, their fence or anything. So I thought, what I need to do is make a universal stand that people can do whatever they like with. So I just came up with a simple stand like that, okay, which went on a block with 4 holes in, so you could do with you could do what you like with it. You can you could screw it on top of a post. You could screw it on top of a wall. You could do what you like, and as long as when you put the whirligig on, the propeller didn't go below that level, so it didn't touch anything, that was okay. So that was the original stand, and then. But that can come off, so then you can have a post. And then with a post, what you can do, you can sort of screw the post to a wall. Or you can put a couple of Jubilee clips and tie it to another post, a metal post, or whatever. So that gave you the benefit of doing that. And then also by using the the plastic liner system like that, if you had a post in the garden, all you had to do was drill a hole and stick the plastic liner in, and you could mount your whirligig that way. So the reason I sort of finished up with and again, if you see my box, I used to make these by 50s, and the base bits again, just old bits of wood, just cut out, painted. Right, so that's how we did the post, and then of course you've got to think, well, how are we going to connect the post to the whirligig? So let's go back to some of my early ones. I think a lot of you have seen Bear 1, and as you can see here, we just had the rod sticking out the bottom of the platform with one of these grippy screwy things, which you drill a hole, bang that in, and then you can screw that in. And then what I did is I put a nut the other side, which is very good, very solid, but of course what it doesn't do, it doesn't give you any flexibility, because what you have to do, you have to build your whirligig, put your propeller on, put your figurine on, put everything on it, and then find the centre of gravity, because if it's off centre and it hangs down, then it hangs down, it won't spin in the air. And then that's why with the original ones I had to have a fan on the back, a blade on the back, so the wind would keep it straight. But if you could balance this so there's no weight, there's no weight on the on there, and you see, because that is always going to fall that way. So if you could balance that in the middle, then so therefore there would be no weight on it. And obviously the balance is different if you've got the propeller on or not. So what we did, we put the propeller on and did that. So in the end I decided, well, I couldn't have this bit being fixed to the plate. I had to have something that moved up and down. So that's when we came out with the next way of doing it. Let's see if I can find you one. I think this is Bear. I think this is Bear number 2. Again, if you've seen you've seen this before. And then on this one, what we've done is we've got a piece of wood here, and we've put the thing through, and again it's got a nut on it, and but with this one, you see, because I screwed it from the bottom, it gives me the advantage of being able to move this up and down. Does that make sense? So that wherever you want to put it to balance it, you can move it. So on one whirligig you might have to put it here, another one there, it might be there, and another one. It depends where the weight is. So, and of course, if you've got a different platform. So that's the reason why I decided on having a separate base to fit on. So we did that, and then of course, how do we fix our threaded shafty thing onto the piece of wood? Well, so this one, I put one of these grippy nutty washer things that's got a thread on. Build a bigger hole, put that in there, put the thread through, and put a nut on it, a shake-proof nut. And put that on there, which held it very solid. And as I say, that very good. Nothing wrong with that at all. Just took a little bit time to make, but nothing out of the ordinary, which was very good, and that worked very well. And I think I made maybe half a dozen like that. So that was that one. Then we went from that piece of wood to this one here. And this one, you see, I've decided to do away with the nut. I just had the nut there. So, because really, it's not going to go you don't need a nut to stop it from going that way. You need a nut to stop going that way. So I just put an ordinary nut on there, drilled out a bigger hole, put a nut on it, and just banged it through like that. And so then that was stage 2. So you've got stage 1, which was that one going through the wood with the nut. Then you had this one here, stage 2, which was having a piece of wood with a nut either side. And then we had stage 3, which is that one. So you can see it was a progress. And then where did we go? Let's have a look. I'm just trying to find ones here. I'm not sure how. This is one somebody asked me to make without it being painted, and this was the fisherman, and this was the fisherman. It didn't really work very well, this one. Can you see, with a wire piece on it? But so and they wanted to paint it themselves. So I did that on quite a few people. I said, well, I can make them, but I thought, if you could sell them without paint, you can make them ever so quickly. And again, this is one this one is very, very, very similar to that one. With the nut fitted there. These are just odd. This is a bit of old plywood. This is a solid piece of wood. Just old pieces of wood I would use, drill a hole and do that and put a nut on. Right. So therefore you've got 2 nuts on there. So we went to there. But then, you know me, I'm always trying to save and do things cost effectively. We won't say cheap, we'll just say cost effectively. And then once we've done that, and make them, so I can make them quickly and make them cost effectively. So we then went again, as you know, I changed from 10mm rod to 8mm rod. So this is, I think, one of the first ones that I actually made with just 8mm. The shaft there is 8mm with no nut. I think this is the first one I actually made like that. And again, all I did was drilled a tight hole here. So when I put the thread in, I threaded it through the wood. Then put a bit of glue. I think I used Araldite, one of these 2 mixture things, and just put it there with no nuts at all. As you can see, see that's I cannot turn that. Look, that is solid. So that's what we finished up with in the end. Was that, which means that I could turn these out so quickly because I just had to cut a long piece of wood, this size, cut a long piece of wood this size, drill the holes in, put that in, and it was done. Bit of Araldite. I used to make these make these up again, 20, 30, whichever I had. Rub all the edges down, do a bit of sand. Again, like I did, dip them in paint. As you can see, there's the undercoat there. So I would just dip them in the paint, hold them in the paint, take them out, dip them, and that's it. And we finish up with that. So not only a very cost effective way of doing it, but a way that it worked, and that's the matter. So that's why we finished up with that. So really, we've covered quite a lot. Was never very happy with the liner, and I was still looking at a liner because with those, the washers that I put in there, you do get a bit of movement on it. So I would like to have had a longer shaft here, and so I did start using pens, big pens. I think it was big pens were the best ones, and I could cut those down and make the hole deep enough and put the pen in there. Obviously just the outer of the pen, and put that in there. That went around there like that. So that's how we finished up with that. I'm very simple. But as you can see, most of my ideas, I don't dream them up overnight. I sort of work on them and start one way and then finish up another way. And I think most things, I think it took about 5, 6, 7 attempts to get to exactly what I wanted, so I could actually make the bits cost effectively, cheaply, and quickly. Because when you're turning these out, 20, 30 whirligigs a week, I think 1 month I did 150 whirligigs in a month. Anyway, that's another story. So there you go. Well, thanks a lot for watching. If it has helped, I'm glad it has. If it hasn't, well, never mind. If you only pick up one little bit of information, it's good. If you haven't, then don't mind. Anyway, thanks for watching. It's Mr. Whirligig signing off again. Don't forget to be good, be happy. Don't forget to look after those animals. They've done nothing to harm anybody. And I'm going to carry on making whirligigs like I always do, and carry on making YouTube videos for a little while. And I hope you enjoy them. If you don't, well, I've enjoyed making it. That's the most important thing. So don't forget what you have to do. Yeah, subscribe. Oh, good news. We are now in August in 2023, and finally got 1,000 subscribers. So I would like to thank all you people out there who subscribe to my channel. Who would have thought that me, a silly old sod, would get 1,000 subscribers on a YouTube channel talking about whirligigs? But there you go, it's 1,000. Just need the watch hours up a bit. We're about 300 or 400 hours short on the watch hours. So please just watch them. Just watch them to the end. That's the most important thing. So once you click on it, if everybody does that, once I get through that, and that'd be good. And then I shall carry on making whirligigs. So anyway, be good, be happy. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Well, thank you very much for watching the video. If you'd like to support my channel, you can do so by obviously sharing and liking and subscribing to the channel. But even more, I'd appreciate it more if you'd love to buy me a cup of tea so I can dunk my biscuits into. It would be greatly appreciated. Follow the link in the description. Thank you.